And hello everyone, and welcome to a stream that I haven't really been touching for quite a while, but here I am, I'm back, and welcome to Whirlybirds to Electric Boogaloo. So, why am I doing this? Well, I've been thinking since a little bit of history about me. Since I was a child, I've been dreaming about being a helicopter pilot, or not helicopter pilot, but a pilot in general. And I finally found a school here where I live that provides training for both helicopters and fixed wing, and I'm a bit undecided to do. So, well, in lieu of this, I'll try to see if I can still fly this bird. This is the Bell UH-1 Huey. You might know it a lot if you've watched many Vietnam War movies or any American movies that might have it. Well, the Bell UH-1 is the helicopter to go. It's been very popular throughout history, and there are still incarnations of it flying today. This is the UH-1H. This actually flew in Vietnam. Well, not the specific helicopter, of course. This is a 3D model of it, but the submodel type. It's a very well regular helicopter. I mean, well, of course, I'm gonna get my head out through the window, as you can see. Uh, it's a very regular helicopter. It has no stabilization augmentation system. It's very simple. I'll deactivate the pilot because I would like to have access to some of the controls. And we're going to do some adjusting here. We need to do zoom in and zoom out. Okay, let's do zoom in and zoom out, because I don't want to just lean forward, so I'll just do this. Alright, there we go. So these are set up, so I'm gonna try see if I remember how to start it up. I've been able to start it up before, but I can do something like this. This is actually what I need, is zoom in and zoom out slow, not these. So let's readjust the controls. I've never really used the zoom controls before. Zoom normal. Okay, so numpad enter, but we need to clear these out. Again, haven't used them before, and I don't really feel like leaning in. And if you hear noises in the background, my flatmate and his friends are watching a football game, so they might get a bit noisy. I apologize in advance for that. Sometimes, well, I mean, they do that. They like football. So we've reset the zoom. Okay, so this is much better. This is what I was looking for, so it will zoom in. So like any aircraft or car or whatever you want to have, an helicopter requires electrical power. It has a battery system inside. This does not have, you've heard me before mentioning an APU. This does not have an APU. It's actually very simple. So the electrical system has several electrical buses that we need to set on, but first of all we need to put the AC electricity to AC phase, and then we need to redirect this to the essential buses here. We're gonna set the generator to on, and now it's gonna get a bit noisy. So you see the electrical panel came on. I'm gonna silence it because I don't really want to hear it. This is just purely and simply an electrical panel and caution lights. I mean, this is not an electrical panel, this is an indicator panel. So at this point, of course, let's put on our radios. There's no ATC, this is just me flying solo for the most part. And we're going to not arm any weapons, but we're going to arm the countermeasures that nobody's going to shoot at us. But I'm going to set this to loop, this to transmit receive. This is the actual radio. We're going to put the fuel on. As you can see, the lights disappeared. And I'm going to activate the fourth stream and hydraulic continuous pressure, I think it is. So we have what here? Hydraulic pressure, oil pressure, engine oil pressure that are still not okay. But this will change once we start the helicopter. The generator was already set to on, and we'll activate the inverter after we start. So the way we do this, the helicopter has a start button located underneath the throttle, the collective. Well, many of you might call it the throttle, but under the collective. And we're going to monitor basically these here. This is what we need to care about. Yeah, so let's zoom out a bit. I'm going to open the throttle a little bit. We have the exhaust temperature. Waiting for this to get a 40. And while I'm at this, apologies for the noise, I'm going to set the volume itself to quite low. It can be quite noisy. Okay, that's a lot better. So we've started the engine. The helicopter started. As you saw, it vibrated a lot. I didn't do the instrument test, of course. Probably I should have shown you that. It's quite part of what you need to do as a helicopter, but of course you can test various instruments and verify what they're doing. This is the compass system. Let's zero out the altimeter. I think it can't go any lower. We're gonna turn on the radar altimeter. This is very important in helicopters because if we fly low, we need to know how high we are compared to the ground. We're gonna set this to about here and the high altitude to about here. So the instruments themselves are fairly simple. This is the rotor RPM, the torque, gas producer and exhaust, speed, ADI, altimeter, in feet, HSI, vertical speed indicator, OBS for radio navigation system, a clock, and this is used for the NDB. Here we have a magnetic compass, and here we have the actual HSI, so we should really set this, synchronize this with our magnetic compass. So we are pointing at about 220 degrees. About here. There we go. Now, these are synced. We have set the autopilot. The altimeter cannot go lower than this. So this is 281. Well, we can always check the airfield's altitude. So this is the Vaziani airfield, elevation 1,523 feet. Okay, let's go back in. Sadly, there is no ATIS system in this. This normally would go to 0, but I have radar altimeter, so I'll just set this to the approximate barometric altitude. Of course, here we have all sorts of hydraulic instruments and electrical instruments that we can monitor. Now, there's one thing I've never really was able to learn about the Hue is how to turn this off. So, again, no expert, but this is what it is. So, of course, to take off, we will need to give it some gas, as somebody said, but we technically don't need to give it gas because it's already operating at full throttle. This doesn't have an electronic engine governor, so this is literally a 1960s helicopter. And we of course could put on the lights, but I didn't do that. The anti-collision lights has some issues, so I refuse to use it. And these are still persisting, so these are bugs that have been with the helicopter for a while, but well, they are still here. So what do we have in this area? This is just a helicopter training mission that I use. What do we have in this area? So we're here at Vazian Airport. There are two other airports here, so this would be basically highly controlled airspace next to the capital of Georgia, Tbilisi. We have here an FARP, and here we have a lot of navigation, navigational directional beacons. Apologies, I'm quite tired. Here we have the bullseye at Poti, so we could simply do a flyby and go to Kopileti. And this also, of course, has its own NDBs that we can actually use for runway 7. Runway 7 being the one that leads to the east. So let's try to do a bit of air navigation from our current location. Let's wait for the map to regenerate. So let's try to see if we can write this down. I don't have anything to write down with. Well, I guess I'll just use my phone in this situation. So we know that we're going to be using the NDB to navigate. So let's put here a note. Let's create a new note and let's look at our route. So we're going to mix here a bit of radio navigation with VFR, Visual Flight Rules. So we know there's a river here that goes all the way to the Black Sea, and we could use to get closer. There are no navigation aids here, but we could use, for example, the NDB here at Mukrani. So the first one we need to write down is at 520 kilohertz. So this is 520 kilohertz. Once we reach this, we also need to remember to use this little lake as a reference, visual reference. We're going to fly to this OE NDB, which is 462 kilohertz, 462 kilohertz. And next we're going to go east. We're going to try to follow this road. Actually, we're going to go to AL, which is 353 kilohertz. And finally, I think we could use the Kutaisi NDBs, which it doesn't have any, but so Kutaisi does not have any. It has a TACAN, but this helicopter does not have TACAN. So let's see, do we have any other NDBs we can use? There are not many NDBs on the Georgian side, but there are a lot of them if we go north towards the Russian border. Russia still uses NDBs quite a bit, as far as I know. Well, we can set the next one to 490, I guess. And we'll have to maintain a rough heading of, so from AL, which was here, we'll need to maintain a rough heading of 256 for about 80 nautical miles, or we can just try to follow the river from from Kutaisi it's very easy to get to Kopileti, so we can go from here about 268. So let's unlock the screen and put here between these two. So we're going to go 268 for 53 nautical miles. Now the NDB does not offer us any VOR, I mean the distance measuring equipment. And we're going to save this because this is important, and we're going to make sure that the phone stays on. So this is our flight path. So as our first action, as brave pilots of this helicopter, we're going to set our NDB. What is the NDB? Well, this is it. So we're going to set this to antenna. Again, apologies, it's noisy. And we're going to set this to 520. See, there it is. That's the NDB right there. So in order to use the NDB, we're going to set this here. This is the indicator. And also let's set the heading. This is west of here, so we know which way it is. This is usually for VOR and other means of music. So I'm not going to use a runway takeoff. I'm going to use a parking point standoff takeoff. So the way we take off in this, it's very simple. So tiny gentle movements of the stick. And being an American helicopter, it uses left pedal. If you've ever flown European helicopters, they usually use It's gonna get lights on the skids very soon. I'm just pulling up very slowly. There we go, it got light on the skids, it wants to go right. Okay, now it wants to go left. Let's pull a bit back on the stick. Not my best takeoff, but well, let's try to hover a bit here. And now we're gonna turn towards the NDB station. And let's take off. And that's as simple as that. This is a helicopter with no autopilot. It's all manual. And we're accelerating slowly. Let's pull up the collective. And we're gonna start going up. As you can see, our radar altimeter altitude is also increased. I don't want to climb that fast, so I'm gonna try to accelerate a bit. We're only doing like 60 knots, so it's not very fast, and I think we're high enough now. Let's avoid the runway at Tbilisi. I'm very gently controlling this, so I'm gonna be flying this manually all the way. Now again, I don't really remember how to use the ADF, but I'm trying to use the map references, so. And if we go to the map, we're flying more or less in the right direction. So see, if I lower the nose, the helicopter starts descending. Now it behaves a lot like a regular aircraft. But I'm gonna try to keep the altitude with the collective. So I'm going to try to stay at about this 1,200 feet above ground level AGL. The point is, as long as we don't come in contact with the ground, that's the only key point. So if as long as we fly about this high, it should be fine. We're about 300 meters up now, so. Yeah, I know, this does not seem very fast, but it's a helicopter, so. Gonna let go, let's see if the trim applied itself. Okay, let's see if we can do it like this. Okay, I've reset the trimmer, so. Yeah, I'm doing about 110 knots now. Actually, I've never flown the Huey this fast. So it's the fastest I've flown it. I think a bit 110 knots was a little bit too fast, but... So what are we looking for? We are looking for visual references of the little lake. So we are going more or less in the right direction, but... So if you're gonna ask me, hey, Boogie Bear, what the hell is VFR? VFR is what I'm doing now, and it's known as Visual Flight Rules. So I'm actually using terrain features to navigate mostly, because I don't remember exactly how to enable the ADF. We're approaching the first so-called waypoint. Actually, our waypoint is somewhere there, so well, we had some icing. So let's go to 460. There we go. Now the ADF is actually working. And we're climbing, but that's fine. I was probably tuned into some other station. And there we go. Now let's reset the trim. And let's let her fly. Well, mostly we need to maintain the heading. That's all there is to it. Towards the ADF station. That's a very clear signal, so it's pretty good. Again, I'm not an expert pilot. I'm thinking and talking to you guys if I should. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, so obviously the live stream has been over for a while. I would say feel free to post in the comments below. They are, somewhere there where you talk to me and tell me I'm an idiot or I'm awesome. Usually I'm awesome, but sometimes I'm a complete and utter idiot. What are your suggestions? Should I go for fixed wing or helicopter? I mean, helicopter, I feel pretty confident with the Huey, obviously, because this is a simulator, it's not a real helicopter. But it's a helicopter I feel quite comfortable with. I feel it's easy to fly. Well, it has its quirks, obviously, but I think the most successful I've been with the Huey. Sure, it requires a lot of manual input, but that's fine. This is yeah. Actually, my ADF was set right, but I just was not. I just let go of the pedals because I don't really need them much at the moment. To be honest, I was actually thinking, well, this is DCS, of course, this is a combat simulator, but actually, with enough creativity, you could even set up some civilian missions. I've actually seen some really nice things posted by the community in DCS with the civilian missions like flood relief, rescue, and stuff like that. I would be interested in trying something like that at some point. I basically have all the helicopter modules in this, yes, mostly because I find helicopters a challenge and I like them. So now we're doing about 100 knots. That should be about right. I'll try to set the trimmer and I'll let go. I'm just turning a little bit here, and again we're going a bit fast. It's not a very fast helicopter, mind you. Actually, the Mi-8, which is another great module made by Belsimtech, is a lot faster than this. And we are going more or less in the right direction towards Gori, the town of Gori. Gori, or however you pronounce it in Georgia. Gori. I'll just call it Gori. So the next one is 353 kilohertz. I'll just tone her down a bit. There is some wind, but not much. Gori is still a bit of a ways ahead, so I'm not using the collective at this point. It's hello, hello, here's my hand. Just very little to. We're actually above the range of the radar altimeter here. I think it's about 1500 feet. Yeah, it's about 1500. We've gone down a little bit. Yeah, it's still a bit to the left, but the ADF is at least working now, so. Controls wise, this is mostly mapped like the real helicopter joystick, except, well, the zoom in and zoom out buttons, which are not there, obviously, in real life. But my trigger is push to talk, the trimmer button is a trimmer button, and the fire weapons is a fire weapons button. Very easy. And I have a trimmer hat as well. But I don't see working very well at the moment. I know the Gazelle actually uses the trimmer, like more like an aircraft, so nose down, nose up, left or right. Hey viewer, how's it going? Now the needle's gonna get a bit more sensitive on the ADF, so nothing new here, just me flying the Huey and rambling about things and thinking about going to pilot school and unable to decide if I want to go for fixed wing or helicopter. I like both. What do you think, viewer? Should I go for helicopters or fixed wing? And again, we are very close to Gori. It's exactly as the ADF sets. Now let's set this back to 353. And apologies about that. Okay, time to regain control and follow the ADF to the new station, which is to our starboard. I'll just reset the trim and from the next station we need to fly 268 for about 52 miles. And let's see, what have I... actually mapped to reset the trim because I do not remember. Let's go here. Which is button 13? There we go. Now I found it. I think we need a bit of right pedal here. Seems even with the trimmer I need to still steer it quite a bit. Trimmer's not very accurate, I guess is the word for it. Well, yeah, that's the thing, and well, let's see if we can keep her steady and level here. We are still quite far off from AL. It's a beautiful winter day, by the way. and we're slowly approaching the other um, station. Gonna take us a bit of a while, but well, a while, but that's not too much. I'm constantly keep having trouble with the trim because I'm not sure if it works like the KE50 or like where you press, set the position you want, and then the helicopter flies and then you release, or you just move the stick you want in the stick in the desired position and you release. Feel free to correct me anyway. I mean, I make mistakes. I'm only human. We're still quite a ways away, so it's quite late. I might have to land a bit earlier than I expected in the stream because I'm tired. I'm literally tired. Apologies, it's almost midnight here and I'm still flying. Shall we do some nape of the ground flying? Okay, let's descend a little bit. Pull the stick a bit. Well, this is information you can also find on the internet, but so the way the helicopter works, you basically tilt the rotor blades and you move the disc to gain or lose speed. It's not like an aircraft, like a normal fixed-wing bird. And you can also basically strafe sideways using the rotor disc. That's a completely possible feat of a helicopter. The only plane apologies again that I reliably trust to fly vertically for me is the Harrier. Um, Again, this is gonna spark a few comments, but I do not like the F-35. I don't know why. I just simply don't. I'll just fly her manually, that's fine. I don't need the trimmer. Well, we are doing about 73, so it's gonna. Well, normally this flight would take a few more hours to complete. Maybe well, a bit over an hour. Let's check the last. Oh, whoops, I was looking at my phone and I was not paying attention to my stick. Actually, I would love to have a kneeboard for overall DCS and regular flights. So, if getting close to the AL station, which is 353, then we're gonna tune 490 and see if we get any signal, and if we do not, then we do not, and that's it. I'll trim, let go, and we're almost there. I'm really tired. I should not have been flying at this hour, but well. I'm just wondering if I should actually keep using the. Somebody advised me once to not use the force trim. I'm wondering why. Why would I not use the force trim? I mean, what is its role? I don't. That's what I do not understand. See, we are approaching. Still going for the station. Station is somewhere in the hills, in about that direction there. I think our co-pilot Gus here, he seems pretty content. Hey Gus, how's it going? I'm actually becoming a little bit too sleepy to fly, so I think I'm going to settle down by those buildings. I'm gonna start my descent and pull back on the stick a bit to slow speed. Also, we get to practice landing in a confined space. Let's see if we can find a good landing spot. I think... Yeah, there's a spot. We've just passed it. So there, between those houses on the far side. See, this is what I'm getting. This is what I like about helicopters. The ability to land anywhere where you have room. There are a bit too many trees there. Let's see. Again, I dozed off a little bit there. I'm simply doing an orbit here because I'd really like to find a good landing spot, but... And we came from the east. Apologies, I'm sleepy and I really have to land. I would really like to land before I go to sleep. This was supposed to be a longer stream. I'm sorry, guys, but it's midnight here, so. And I haven't really slept much these past days due to some medical issues. I'm simply trying to do a, well, I guess it's called a spiral approach. I'm not sure if it's the correct term. And you can hear the Morse code in the background. By the way, hello viewer, how's it going? Is the ADF station, but again, I'm not going to continue the flying. It's a bit too... I'm a bit too sleepy. Let's see, Actually, let's just go forward, turn around, and come straight in. Instead of these spiraling around to land the Huey. So anyway, guys, if you are watching this on YouTube, please let me know if you want in the comments below, should I go to fixed wing or helicopter flight school? What do you think? Let's see if we can land near the school. There's a schoolhouse next to that. Is that a tower? No, it's not. I'm seeing double. I'm too tired. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. You guys are a bit late. And I was almost about to VRS. Now I actually have to start using those pedals, but a little bit more than I did before. Okay, let's try to go down. It's the school. Well, I call that a school, but I don't know what it is. It's a building. Let's go forward a bit and up. I keep going again. I keep resorting to the spiral approach. Come on, Gus. Let's land the bird. Gus is my co-pilot. If you don't know, I just decided to call him Gus. I do not know why. I just would like to name him Gus. I'm sure his mother gave him another name, a very nice name, and that's a VRS. No, it's not. It was just me being stupid and very tired. Don't fly and sleep instead of don't drink and drive. Could be a very good slogan for me. I just enjoy flying too much. Let's see, can we set her down? Maybe, maybe not. I'm a bit concerned about confined spaces, always. I just feel it's a lot of pressure to go down in a confined. This is not even a confined space for a Huey, but for me it is because I'm not a very good pilot. So I mean, as I said, this is probably my favorite helicopter. This and the Mi-8 are my favorites. Sure, the Ka-50 is fun. It's a big mighty attack helicopter, but I think these generic, let's call them generic helicopters, are probably my favorite. Helicopters. Damn, my English has died along with my energy levels. Have died along with my energy levels. What is wrong with me? I'm clearly tired. So folks, don't do like me. Don't be tired and try to fly helicopters. It's not the best thing you can do. Whoops, that's a VRS. Okay, let's almost a VRS. And that's what I get for not paying attention. Now, believe me, if I'm well, not sober but awake, I'm usually not this bad, but I should be coming down at much slower speed, not 500 feet a minute, more like this. Let's see if we can stop her enough over here. And also uneven ground, that's a bit of an issue for me. Okay, we are hovering. Let's try to go up. Come on, let's try to stop. The main idea is to stop near this school. They should really improve the buildings and the terrain, but well, I guess they focus on the modules because the main thing are the planes. Those are the ones that bring Eagle Dynamics money, not terrain. And I mean, they have the new maps, which are very good, but okay, come on, stop. All right, there we go. Come on. Don't go to the school. You've been to school. Okay, this is very uneven ground. I've never landed on uneven ground before. I don't want to go to school. I just want to land. Okay. And I think we're done. Anyway, thank you for tuning in and witness my very shit landing. I'm a bit too tired to continue the flight all the way to Copuleti as I was planning. It's a bit. It's about another 110 miles to the east of here, east southeast. So we are here close to this station and the town of. I don't know how to read Georgian. Sorry. We've landed in this town here. So let's see, we're about 110 miles away anyways. From here to Copuleti, 80 miles. Okay, math fail. Anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and if you've tuned in late, I'm about to end this because I'm a bit too tired to continue the flight. Anyway, thanks for staying with me if you decided to do that. And of course, if you'll be watching this on YouTube, the links to the YouTube channel are below the stream. Well, feel free to leave comments and come and talk to me. I don't really bite people. I just fly stuff, really, and play video games. Anyway, I wish you all a very, very wonderful night and continuation rest of the week. And if I don't stream again this week, I wish you all a very happy Easter to you and your families. If you celebrate Easter, if not, well, a very nice weekend whenever it comes. See you on the flight line. Bye bye.